Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robbie Crager, the Flip Flop Flipper, and if you are finding us for the first time, let me tell you about our channel. We are real estate investors. In fact, we are value-add real estate investors. We're serial entrepreneurs, and if you want to get out of the rat race and you're thinking of becoming, or you are already, an entrepreneur or a real estate investor, you've found the place to join our community. We are growing this YouTube channel, and we're looking to build this community into a place where we can do deals together. Guys, we're not asking you for anything. We're not selling you our books and tapes. In fact, we don't think that we've got it all figured out. We're looking for interaction on our videos, and we'd love to have you put the comments in there. Tell us what you want to make videos about. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Let's just have conversations inside of the comments on every one of our videos. The more interactive it can be, the better it can be. Our sole purpose of this whole YouTube channel is so that we can inspire and we can bring people alongside of us who are like-minded and want to do deals together. So that's what the community that we're growing is all about. We want to do real estate deals. We want to do business deals. We want to start businesses together. We want to build mastermind groups if we can. We're all about empowering you guys to become entrepreneurs and real estate investors. And hopefully one day we'll make some money off of YouTube because you're going to bring us a great deal or you're going to become part of one of our great deals. We do tons of real estate deals. We like to buy value add real estate, reimagine what it's going to be, bring it up to its highest and best use, and we invite partners along the way on everything that we've ever done. So with that in mind, we're going to talk about why we are capitalists. And hopefully by the end of the video, we're going to have a lively discussion inside of the comments, and you guys are going to agree with us, or you're not going to agree with us, but you're going to love the content anyway, and we're going to dive right in. Number one, entrepreneurial opportunities. Here are some benefits that I came up with as to why capitalism is beneficial to the little guy, to the small business person, to you, right? So on this channel, I want to say this, we always lean towards and are looking to do business with the little guy, the small guy. We want that person that wants to break out of the rat race, that wants to start their own business, that wants to become a real estate investor. That's who we're doing this YouTube stuff for. That's who we want to be in business with. That's who we want to partner with. If that's you, subscribe to our channel. But we believe in a capitalist society, that the capitalism allows you to jump into business for yourself and create things that you then own and that you can profit from and that you can create over a period of time. So entrepreneurially, if you are entrepreneurial minded, capitalism is going to provide a foundation for you where you can own businesses, where you can have factories, where you can own real estate. Basically, capitalism allows you to take ownership of stuff. So other systems of governance or other economic systems, they don't allow for the individual to take ownership. And we believe that freedom and ownership is key to any entrepreneurial pursuit. Yeah, so number two, capitalism encourages innovation, encourages competition. It gives you, again, that foundation where you can create a business. If you've got a great idea, you can improve on other people's ideas and start your own business. You have this innovation and competition. You can go in and compete with the big guys and do something better. And I love this. As we start businesses all the time, one of the main things that I like to know about before I start the business is, has someone ever in the history of the world one time done it anywhere and been successful with it? So if I'm thinking about a business that I'm going to sell widgets, have the widgets ever been sold before and were they successful with it? And if they were, then why couldn't I do that? And then if I extrapolate that to this video, if I could do it, why couldn't you do it? Or if somebody sometime somewhere was able to do it, why in the world couldn't you do it? And that's what I love about capitalism. It creates this way for you to come along and compete against people that are already doing things. Take ownership of it, be innovative, have the competition. Competition, we all know, drives prices down. It's a hell of a lot better than the alternative, which is having the government own a bunch of stuff and they don't compete with anything and they just do things really, really bad. If someone else has done it one time, you could do it too, but also if someone else has done it one time and they were successful with it, can you improve on it? Can you do it better? Can you provide better service? Let's say you have a restaurant, you're gonna sell steaks, and the guy next door has a restaurant and he sells steaks. Can you sell better steaks? Can you sell farm-to-table steaks? What's your idea? What's your innovation? What's your competition that you're going to bring to the table? That's innovation and competition. Number three, we're going to talk about financial independence, and this is a big one, guys. This is why I love capitalism, and I say this often. I believe that capitalism provides a system in which anybody, anyone, everyone has an opportunity that you can have financial independence. So you can get outside of, and this channel we are big proponents of and believe that whoever wants to do it should do it and can do it. Get outside of the system that is currently in place. And the system, guys, that we see that's in place, where you go to school, you get a job, you work for the man, you pay your taxes, you try to save money until you become wealthy. We believe this is a broken system. And so if you're disenfranchised by that system, capitalism provides something for you where you can own your own business, where you can do your own thing, and you can get outside of this traditional system and jump into something that's completely different. So you've got 99% of the world does the exact same thing, right? They go get a job, they pay their taxes, they try to save money to wealth, and it doesn't work for any of them. A lot of people are completely unhappy with it. Maybe that's you. In fact, leave a comment below if this resonates with you and you're saying, yeah, I'm disenfranchised. I don't love going to work for the man every day and just getting a paycheck. I want to do more. So capitalism provides that foundation for you so that you can start something, and so that you can become financially independent, and so that you can move up the ladder, right? So with capitalism, everybody can start, and it doesn't matter if you start at the bottom and you have a whole bunch of tragedy in your life, you can still get past all of that and you can move up with a capitalist society, and it gives you that foundation and the ability to know that others have done it. And so on this channel, we like to highlight that. We like to talk to entrepreneurs who have become financially independent, especially when they've got a story that doesn't line up with they were born with a silver spoon in the mouth, and they're not like the former President Donald Trump where they got a small loan of $1 million from their father to get started in business. We hear that and people don't like that. And guys, for the most part, it's all bullshit, right? Like, so there really aren't that many people that are born with the silver spoon in the mouth. The people who really make it are the guys like you and I. I certainly didn't have that story, grew up differently than that. I became an entrepreneur when I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And we could do another video about that, about what age you should become an entrepreneur. But there were several businesses that I had as a young person, because if I wanted money, I had to go get it. I didn't have parents that could just give me money. So I did things like cut grass and babysit and all kinds of things that anybody could do that was young. And that was the start of me being an entrepreneur and being financially independent. 10 years old, if I had $10, I was rich. Number 4, let's talk about flexibility and autonomy. Here's what I'm saying about that. Capitalism gives you this base where you can, if you can step out of the current system, get away from the 9 to 5 and start your own business, your own small business. You can live life on your terms, and you can get away from the idea that working for the man and trading your time for money and then never having enough time to do anything that you really want to do. That system is broken, guys. We believe that with all our heart, and we encourage everyone that we come in contact with to think about how they can step out of it. We call it the rat race. But anyways, getting away from that system of trading time for money and instead becoming entrepreneurial, starting your own business. And then now you're working to get your time back, right? So I'm trying to trade value for money, and hopefully I'll create systems and give myself flexibility to get some time back. Now, I like to work a lot, so every time I get my time back, I generally start a new business or buy another piece of real estate, and I do things that I love. I don't consider them work, but I trade more of my value for more money, and I get more time, and I do have the flexibility as an entrepreneur at this point in life, and I've been doing this for 25 years, where for a long time now, we haven't needed to continue to do what we do, but I don't want to quit doing what I do because I really love it. This is what I think of as a good life. Good life balance for me means that I can go anywhere I want, whenever I want. I've always got the money to pay for things, or I could go take a month off, go to Europe last year with a group of guys when there was some stuff going on over there in the Ukraine area. So we like that flexibility. We like to be able to live differently than other people live. And if you're working the 9 to 5, trading your time for money, you're very likely never going to get there, at least not get there in the same kind of way that you can get there if you take ownership of a business and you have multiple streams of income. So we love this one, number 4, where we get this flexibility, this ability to live life on our terms. And again, freedom is an extremely big part of life for us. We like prioritize freedom over most other things. Number 5 is economic mobility. So what's that? What's economic mobility? Economic mobility to me means that you can be born into a family that's living at the poverty line or below the poverty line. Mom and dad have split up and you've got bad things going on in life. And I've seen this time and time again with people in a capitalist society who start businesses that they didn't have the silver spoon in their mouth. They started very low down on the totem pole, and they were able to work their way up this economic ladder, going from being at the poverty level or going from being dirt poor to then making it to just above the poverty level, and then they step it up another level, and now they're solidly in the middle class, and then they continue along their business ventures and their entrepreneurial spirit, and they build something that gets them into the wealthy class, right? So they are able to start way down below the poverty line and end life way up at the top. And you see this, guys, again and again, and you really only see this in capitalist societies. This isn't something that you can see in a communist society very often. If you're born into someone who's the leadership of the Communist Party, you're likely going to be the leadership of the Communist Party. But if you're born into someone who's not the leader of anything in a capitalist society, you have a platform that's there that enables you to build on top of it. And through entrepreneurism and through doing things a little bit differently than the masses, you can climb that ladder. And thank God that you can do it. Number 6, guys, community impact. Let me tell you about community impact and what that means as a serial entrepreneur. We want our businesses to leave the places where we go with our businesses better off than we found them. So if, for instance, you are a restaurateur and you're going to start a restaurant, and you're going to do the farm to table thing. So you're going to impact the community by providing good service and good food, and you're going to buy the food from the local farmers. You have a big impact on the community around you, right? And so you can see this in business after business. Oftentimes, I think we see it most in small businesses, but big business can do it as well. I think they have a harder time once you get into that big business realm of being really impactful for a community. Let me give you a perfect example, and I'm going to go on this restaurant theme, sort of, but there's a place nearby where we live here in Santurce, Puerto Rico, in San Juan. It's called Lote 23, Lot 23. And what they do is they're an incubator for small restaurants. And so they took a vacant piece of property that was owned by the city and had no use, and they repurposed it into a food park. And it's a really cool food park. They do entertainment on the weekends. They have a incubator, if you will, of many different people who have food concepts who come in, and they're in these little trailers, they're in these little wheels or shipping containers they could be. They've got all kinds of different little concepts, and they cook their food and they sell their wares. And if they're good and they learn how to make a profit, they can move on and start their own restaurant. And about once every year or two, it seems like, they completely redo the whole concept. I think there's probably 10 or 12 different food trucks in there in this little food park, and they start anew with completely new concepts and completely new entrepreneurs. So there's a big impact for this community where I live that I've seen over the last 4 or 5 years, where people come in, the guy's phenomenal with coffee, and he starts to sell it in Lote 23, and then he finds a way to find a coffee shop somewhere, and he opens up his own business. And so by this entrepreneur, these people that started this food truck concept, they're able to impact people again and again and again. So it's a wonderful place to go and get food. You're supporting local businesses. And so the entrepreneurs who now control the property, they are providing a great service for young entrepreneurs who are going to come in and try out their food concepts and then hopefully become restaurateurs and go and create more jobs and do more things. But there's a big impact on the community. It's a place that many people love to go, whether you're a tourist or whether you're a local. Lote 23 is a wonderful example of how the entrepreneurial spirit can impact the community for good. All right, guys, so there's 6 great benefits to being capitalist. Let me just end on a quick note. I was raised in a family where we were taught to go to school, get a job, pay the man, do your taxes. I watched my father do it. I, at a very young age, had this entrepreneurial spirit in me that I believe came from God. And I'm so grateful that I was able to become an entrepreneur later in life. Guys, I was an awful employee. I didn't last 6 months in the corporate world where I was trading my time for money. I always saw the value in owning something. And so if that resonates with you, and the reason that we talk about this stuff on this YouTube channel is that we want to inspire, we want to encourage, and we want to bring people alongside of us to become entrepreneurial and to become investors and to think differently. We say often on this channel that we think differently than the rest of the people on YouTube. We even think differently about how real estate investing should happen. But definitely we think differently about how life gets good, right? So the idea of trading time for money never worked for us. So if you feel that way, smash that subscribe button, become a part of our community. Guys, all we're doing on this YouTube channel is trying to set up a community of like-minded real estate investors and entrepreneurs who are going to do life together and who are going to do deals together. And if we can be of help to you and encouragement to you, we'd love to have you join that community. Anyways, thanks for watching our video. Watch this one next now, guys, and God bless.